Human intelligence is rapidly declining according to a new study. According to benchmark testing that tracked cognitive skills in teens and young adults from the University of Michigan's Monitoring the Future study, documenting concentration difficulties of 18-year-old Americans, to the program to International Student Assessment that measures learning skills of 15-year-olds around the world, years of research suggests that young people are struggling with reduced attention spans and weakening critical thinking skills. As we can see here, there is a decline starting in 2006, and it really starts declining greatly in 2020. Notice that was when the COVID pandemic happened in science, reading, and math. And then here on the right, we have with adults, we have numeracy and literacy statistics showing also a sharp decline, especially in literacy in about 2013 or so. We've also seen an increase in difficulty of thinking or concentrating, in trouble learning things. We've seen a decline in reading as well from US teenagers, to where almost every day is almost never, and hardly ever is increasing nearly up to 50% of all teenagers. Now, this decline in cognitive skills and intelligence was predicted by Carl Sagan 30 years ago in his book, The Demon Haunted World. Let's take a read of this real quick. I have a foreboding of America in my children or grandchildren's time, when the United States is a service and information economy, when nearly all the key manufacturing industries have slipped away to other countries, when awesome technological powers are in the hands of a very few, and no one representing the public interest can even grasp the issues, when the people have lost the ability to set their own agendas or knowledgeably question those in authority, when clutching our crystals and nervously consulting our horoscopes, our critical faculties in decline, unable to distinguish between what feels good and what's true, we slide almost without noticing back into superstition and darkness. The dumbing down of America is most evident in the slow decay of substantive content in the enormously influential media. The 30-second sound bites now down to 10 seconds or less, lowest common denominator program, credulous presentations on pseudoscience and superstition, but especially a kind of celebration of ignorance. And that leads us to ask, what is causing this decline in intelligence and cognitive abilities? Well, I have to agree with Carl Sagan. It seems to be that the spread of social media and short form content that is shallow and the lowest common denominator as far as intelligence goes is far too popular. Apps like TikTok are dumbing down the populace. And it's not just the United States of America. This data was for all developed countries, and it shows that there's a steady decline among all of these developed countries. So, what is the solution? Well, I can't say for sure. Now, one thing I can say is that you personally can make a difference. And one of those differences is start reading books. Start trying to consume content that, at bare minimum, requires you to pay attention longer than 20 to 30 seconds at a time, maybe even up to 30 minutes to an hour. Start studying topics that are more substantive, things like science, history, philosophy, not just short comedic videos, dancing, or conspiracy theories on the internet. And learn how to question things. Just because you hear someone say something, especially something that confirms your bias, doesn't mean you should believe it's true. Question everything, maybe even question at the most things that do confirm your bias.